Ever feel like the underdog everyone overlooked? These anime take that vibe to the next level. Whether they're ranked as failures, mocked as talentless, or just plain underestimated, these protagonists hide a secret. They are beyond powerhouses. Get ready for the most satisfying power reveal as we count down 10 anime where the main character proves everyone wrong and shows they were unstoppable all along. Number 10, Shanghai La Frontier. Sometimes you're just too good for a game, and that's exactly Rakuro's problem. This guy spent so much time mastering broken, bug-filled disasters that normal games just don't do it for him anymore. He's basically the video game equivalent of someone who eats ghost peppers for breakfast. But when he dives into Shanghai La Frontier, a supposedly normal VR game, he decides to spice things up his way, selling all his starting gear except for those boxers and a bird mask, because why make things easy when you can make them interesting? Now he's running around half naked in a virtual world, taking down monsters with skills he learned from playing the worst games ever made. Turns out all those hours suffering through garbage games weren't wasted after all. They just turned him into the weirdest pro gamer you've ever seen. Who knew being good at bad games could make you amazing at good ones? Number 9, the Osan Newbie adventurer, trained to death by the most powerful party, became invincible. There's no late age to start, but sometimes it's better to just pass the baton. But no, old man Rick Ladiola decided that 30 was the perfect time to swap his comfy desk job at the Adventurers Guild for actual adventuring. Truly a midlife crisis gone wild. Lucky, or unlucky for him, he catches the eye of Rionette, a dark elf from the legendary party Orichalcum Fist. They offer to train him, and by train, they mean torture him within an inch of his life for 2 whole years. He's basically getting his gym membership upgraded to survive or die trying. Now he's taking the entry-level adventure exam, where everyone's giving him the "okay grandpa" treatment because he's past the age for developing magic.
実技の結果が不安なのですか?
それなりにできたとは思うけど、魔力量も F- だし。
Little do they know, this paper-pushing veteran's been forged into something way scarier than your average rookie. Sometimes the best time to start is exactly when everyone thinks you should stop. Number 8, the World of Odate games is tough for mobs.
It's infuriating as hell!
What is it that you're doing? That won't work against me.
Fate has a way of pulling absolute chads into the most iconic isekai situations, but this might be the most brutal yet. Our guy gets blackmailed into playing an otome game. You know, those dating sims where pretty boys compete for the heroine's attention, except this one's set in a world where women rule and men drool, literally. After grinding through this nightmare fuel just to beat it, our sleep-deprived hero makes a quick snack run, takes an unfortunate tumble, and bam, he wakes up as Leon, the game's most forgettable background character in a world where being a guy is basically hard mode.
Wait, that can't be right. Men must get some respect.
Huh? Women hold all the power in this world. Of course, strapping men like you and me don't get any respect.
But all those hours of suffering through the game weren't for nothing. Now he's using his intimate knowledge of this female-dominated world to turn the tables, because sometimes the best way to survive in a rigged game is to know exactly how it's rigged. Who's the mob character now?
It's so fast! I'm scared! I'm sorry for the pun, and I'll never race another day in my life!
Number 7, Wistoria, Wand and Sword.
Slay monsters!
Dreaming is fine, but you also need to have the means of achieving them. For Will, a magicless boy with a childhood promise, becoming the Magiavander, a mage capable of protecting the world from ancient threats, seems about as likely as teaching a fish to juggle. Especially when his childhood friend Elfaria's already up there, having climbed that ladder 5 years ago with her overwhelming magical talent. But Will has got something else up his sleeve: pure, raw, physical prowess and a sword that doesn't care about magical aptitude. While everyone's throwing fireballs and fancy spells, this guy's out there turning the local labyrinth into his personal gym, proving that sometimes the best magic is just hitting things really, really hard. Now he's dead set on climbing the wizard's tower, magic or no magic, because a promise is a promise. And when you can already beat mages with just a sword and some magical trinkets, who's to say you need to play by the rules? Sometimes the best wizard is the one who doesn't use magic at all.
It's like a bolt of lightning.
Number 6, Returner's magic should be special. What if redoing your life was more than cutting your hair and applying new makeup? What if, like Desert Hermit, you could actually rewind time after watching the world literally explode in your face? After spending 10 years fighting alongside his companions only to see everything go boom thanks to an oversized magical lizard, Desert gets the ultimate do-over, complete with all his memories and trauma intact. Now he's back at Hebrian Academy, where the real monster isn't some dragon, but good old-fashioned classism in the magical world. Despite acing his entrance exams, he's stuck in the beta class because apparently being a commoner means more than being actually skilled. Classic. But Desert's got bigger plans than just acing magic school this time around. He's on a mission to save Romantica Eru, a wind mage he couldn't protect in his past life, and prove to the stuck-up alpha class that talent doesn't care about social status. Because when you've already seen the world end once, school politics are just a warm-up exercise. Number 5, Failure Frame. I became the strongest and annihilated everything with low-level spells. As the saying goes, as long as you believe in yourself, anything's possible. Or at least it should have been. But it didn't quite bode well with Toka Mimori, for whom believing in himself didn't seem like an option after getting summoned to another world with his classmates. While they got flashy abilities and cool titles, he was stuck with the power to inflict status elements like paralysis or poison, abilities everyone scoffed at for their low success rate. Dubbed an E-rank hero, Toka was quickly marked as useless. But the real kick in the teeth, the goddess who summoned him decided that low rank equals low priority, banishing him to a death zone teeming with monsters and pretty much telling him, good luck not dying. But when Toka, cornered by a towering minotaur, used his useless skills out of sheer desperation, they actually worked, not just once, but consistently. Turns out, low-level spells with high success rates are pretty broken when you've got nothing else to lose. Now armed with an ability to paralyze and poison anything in his way, Toka's set on a path of revenge against the goddess who threw him away. Number 4, Kaiju number 8. Transformations often come from some of the weirdest encounters, be it a hospital visit, a radioactive spider, or in Kafka Hibino's case, accidentally swallowing a mysterious kaiju while lying in a stretcher. At 32, this guy went from scrapping kaiju guts off the street to becoming one of the creatures he spent years mopping up after. See, Kafka was supposed to be fighting these monsters alongside his childhood friend Mina in the defense force.
I can never join the defense force. Ever.
He ended up on the janitorial crew, watching from the sidelines as she lived out their shared dream. But sometimes life gives you a second chance by turning you into the thing you're supposed to be fighting against. Now he's got the ability to transform into Kaiju number 8, making him either humanity's biggest threat or its greatest ally. With his new buddy Reno by his side, Kafka's finally getting a shot at joining the defense force, though explaining why he occasionally turns into a giant monster during job interviews might be a bit tricky. Number 3, Plunderer.
I simply never lose! You will.
In a world where your worth is literally numbered, some people's calculators might need new batteries. Take Alcia, where everyone's got a count tattooed on them like some cosmic scorecard. Get too low and it's goodbye world. Hello mysterious abyss that makes death look like a vacation option. Enter Hina, whose count goes up every time she takes a step. Talk about a fitness tracker from hell. Searching for legendary heroes with special star mark counts after watching her mom get dragged into the abyss. But instead of finding a shiny knight, she runs into Licked Bach, a masked weirdo whose count is in the negative. That's like having a credit score that makes banks laugh. Except this guy's got a secret count with that legendary star mark, because of course he does. Now Hina's wrapped up in an adventure that's about to reveal why this whole counting system might need a serious audit. Sometimes the best way to beat the system is to find the guy who's already breaking all its rules. Number 2, Classroom of the Elite.
That's right. I need you to truly hate me. Because if you don't...
There are times when you need that one guy that can just watch the world burn while sipping tea, and Kiyotaka Aonokoji is exactly that guy. Welcome to Koto Ikuse Senior High, where the school brochure promises paradise but delivers Lord of the Flies with uniforms. Here, your class letter is basically your social security number. A class lives like royalty while D class, well, they're just happy to have chairs. Our boy Kiyotaka lands in Class D, the bottom of the barrel, where he meets Suzune Horikita, who's convinced she's too good for this mess, and Kikyo Kushida, who's collecting friends like their Pokemon. But while everyone's playing checkers, Kiyotaka's playing 4D chess with the poker face that make professional gamblers jealous. In this school, climbing the ranks isn't just about test scores, it's about outsmarting, outmaneuvering, and sometimes straight up outlasting your competition. And when there are no rules about how you get to the top, well, that's when things get interesting, especially when you've got a mastermind who treats the whole thing like his personal social experiment. Number 1, Viral Hit.
Thanks for nothing, Ugo! And when I tell you to smile, you better frickin' smile! We were live! That means no reduce, man!
What if you could go from a wimp to a Chad so fast that even the internet couldn't look away? That's the crazy ride Yu Hobin finds himself on. At first, Hobin's life is a nightmare. The bullies at his high school aren't just your average jerks, they're NewTubers, internet wannabes who force him into humiliating stunts for their live streams. But when one live stream pushes him too far, Hobin snaps, throwing down a brutal all-night fist fight with his classmate, Woo Ji-yuk. The fight ends, but the drama doesn't. The video of their brawl goes viral, transforming Hobin into an overnight internet celebrity. Realizing there's serious cash and views, Hobin teams up with Ji-yuk to launch his own channel, showcasing his newfound fighting skills with a teensy bit of YouTube help. Here's the catch, Hobin's still a newbie in the ring, and the fight for fame isn't all punches and playlists. To survive in the world of viral videos and ruthless opponents, he stumbles across a bizarre series of self-defense tutorials that turn him from amateur to pro, one awkward training session at a time.